leadership on this dais, and unfortunately because we've lost too many precious lives. Too many, and we are united. We must change the future. We can and we will change the future. So I want to welcome everybody for this important announcement of the results of this commission meeting. And I want to give special thanks to our chairman, Chairman Diaz, for calling today's special meeting, and to Commissioner Hardiman, who had the vision, and the courage and the foresight to call us all to task and say, don't miss this shot. Don't miss this opportunity. And as a result, this commission directed me to produce a plan, and today we delivered it together, the Peace and Prosperity Plan. This will tackle gun violence now with our law enforcement and Operation Summer Heat, sadly a necessity, and it will tackle gun violence in the future as well. Thank you to the members of the community who took the time to show up, those who testified at 11 at Commissioner McGee's committee that was handled with great dignity, and who were here today in the audience. And while they could not speak with their voices, they spoke with their eyes, and they spoke with their presence and their hearts. We saw you. This recent wave of tragic violence is absolutely unacceptable. And we will not allow a small group of bad actors to define this community, to terrorize our community, and we must put an end, and we will put an end to these senseless killings. This community has demanded an immediate response to protect public safety, and we are responding. We've increased our law enforcement significantly. We have been on the search 24/7 for the bad actors. We're going to get the violent offenders off the street. We've already arrested about 170 and taken 60+ firearms off the street in the 3.5 days since we launched Operation Summer Heat. And to our police director, Freddie Ramirez, to the men and women of our force, to our Chief of Public Safety, J.D. Patterson, we give you thanks. The whole community gives you thanks. We now are moving forward with a plan for the next 12 weeks to bring these killers to justice, and we are moving forward with a plan to prevent future bleeding. That is what the Peace and Prosperity Plan will do. So I would say today that our county commission, our entire county government, has risen to this challenge. We are here together in moving forward on a plan that will bring peace, it will bring prosperity. It is an ambitious roadmap to stop the cycle of violence, and we are ready to take it on. We are ready. Aggressive enforcement is the critical first step. We know that. We have to stop this bleeding and get the criminals off the street, but we are fully committed. I am fully committed to ensuring that our police department has all the resources that it needs to get the job done. And we are sparing no resources, leaving nothing behind to swiftly bring these shooters to justice. Increasing monitoring, increasing in the hotspot areas, increasing our cooperation with the other law enforcement partners. We launched Operation Summer Heat just this weekend, and I told you, we are already making a huge impact. As well, we have put our code enforcement officers to work alongside our police to shut down these illegal establishments that are attracting criminals. We know that's what happened at El Mula. We shut it down. I want to thank Vice Chairman Oliver Gilbert and our Black Affairs Advisory Board for bringing this critical matter to our attention. And at the same time, to stop crime and build safer neighborhoods, we are investing in long-term solutions and prevention strategies. So Summer Heat, working together with the Peace and Prosperity Plan, is providing a strategic gun violence epidemic response. It's a public health crisis, and we are rooting it out through intervention, prevention, reentry, enforcement, and neighborhood revitalization. All of it. We need all of it, and we need all of you to get it done. So this plan targets those areas most affected by gun violence, the place where the most shootings and violence is occurring, because our highest risk youth are in these communities. We have identified young people who've already been known to law enforcement. We need to put them to work and get them off the streets, and we are going to do it starting tomorrow, this summer, thanks to the leadership of this commission. It includes resources for enforcement, as I've said, but it's also going to be putting our children to work. And I have the sign that Commissioner Hardiman made, "Pay the kids." He wrote it on a napkin in a heated moment, and it's on my wall. And I'm happy to report that we've delivered. Okay, we're going to pay the kids, because paying the kids is what they need. They don't have money. They don't have real jobs. Their families also may be suffering, and this is bringing real income into the household that will change their future and change lives. And we have also added cameras we'll be adding to private businesses in Project Greenlight, a project that we know is working in other places, direct cameras to the Real-Time Crime Center, so immediate response from our law enforcement. We're going to be looking at our American Rescue Plan dollars and seeing what more we can do to invest in crime reduction. And all of this would not be possible without having the first-class law enforcement agency in the country. So let's give it up for our Miami-Dade County Police Department Director Freddie Ramirez and all of the men and women who are doing so much on the front lines every day to protect us, and they're doing it with innovation, they're doing it with reform, and they're doing it with results. So we're ready to take our community back from this violence, from this fear, and that is what we've done today. So congratulations to all of you and all of us. Y ahora en español. Hoy me enorgullece que nuestro condado aprobó el Plan de Prosperidad y Paz, un plan ambicioso para detener el ciclo de violencia. Estoy totalmente prometida a asegurar que el Departamento de Policía de Miami-Dade tenga todos los recursos que necesita para mantener a la comunidad segura. No limitaremos los recursos para llevar rápidamente a los violentos ante la justicia y aumentar el control y aplicación de la ley en las zonas críticas. Desde que lanzamos la operación Verano Caliente el fin de semana pasado, la policía ha realizado casi 170 arrestos por delitos graves y ha sacado, ¿cuántas armas de las calles? 65. Ya estamos, 65. Está aumentado cada momento que estamos aquí, está aumentando. Ok. Al mismo tiempo, también debemos invertir en soluciones y estrategias de prevención a largo plazo. Este plan se enfoca en las áreas más afectadas por la violencia armada y tiene como objetivo crear nuevos caminos para los jóvenes de mayor riesgo, comenzando de inmediato, mañana, porque no hay tiempo que perder. El plan también incluye recursos adicionales para la policía para ayudar a resolver y prevenir delitos violentos. Gracias a la Junta de Comisionados por aprobar este plan y gracias al director de Policía Freddie Ramirez y a todos los hombres y mujeres en las fuerzas del orden público que trabajan día y noche para mantener a nuestra comunidad segura en medio de esta epidemia de violencia. Tenemos lo mejor del país, del mundo. Gracias. You got it. Okay. Juntos recuperemos a nuestro condado de la violencia y construiremos un Miami-Dade donde todas las familias pueden vivir con seguridad. Gracias y ahora el jefe del condado.
Gracias, Alcaldesa. Thank you, Madam Mayor. I want to thank all my colleagues to start out with for being here today and supporting this great plan and caring about this community the way you do. Madam Mayor, thank you for your leadership and getting this program through and making sure that every aspect of this program was looked at. Commissioner Cohen, Commissioner Keon Hardeman, I want to thank you for your leadership and sending that note to the mayor. That was very good. And many other things that your leadership has brought to this community and to this county, and making sure that the view that you had was expressed well within this program. And I know you have a lot more to offer in concerning this issue. So thank you. Also, Commissioner Keon McGee, thank you for the support and what you've done in your leadership, and also addressing these issues that are so important, especially today in the committee that you brought forth. So thank you. Once again, thank you to all my colleagues for all the hard work and what you're doing. We do care about our community, and we do care about all the people within this community. This community is not lost, like some have said. This community is very resilient to these problems. In the past, we have had problems that have plagued our community, and we've dealt with them as we're dealing with them now. We have, as the mayor said, the best police department in the world. And that police department works with other police departments and other agencies, and all work together and share intelligence to make sure we will eradicate this problem from our streets. That is what is important to all of us. This problem is not persistent just to Miami-Dade County. This problem is nationwide. Other cities of our magnitude are suffering the same way we are. So I want to be real clear that we are working this in every angle possible and in every way that we could address this problem. From the criminal side directly, and engagement with our police department, to the mentoring, to helping create jobs for our children, which is our future of our community. Everything, every part of it, this community, this mayor, this board has looked at it, and we are addressing it. En español, bien rápido, tengo que darle las gracias a nuestra alcaldesa por el programa que ha traído adelante. Gracias al comisionado Hardeman por su liderazgo que ha traído adelante con este programa. También como el comisionado McGee, que también ha traído su porción en su entendimiento y su sabiduría a este programa que se ha llevado a cabo para prevenir la muerte que hemos tenido en nuestra comunidad en los ataques en las últimas semanas. Quiero ser claro que tengo que darle las gracias a todos mis colegas por estar trabajando en conjunto y buscando las soluciones para que esto se pare en nuestra comunidad. Esto no es una cosa exclusiva solamente de Miami-Dade County. Esto es una cosa que está sucediendo nacionalmente. La diferencia con nosotros localmente acá es que estamos trabajando con el mejor departamento de policía del mundo, conjunto con otros departamentos municipales y también el departamento federal y estatal y la fiscal también. Conjunto todos vamos a quitar este problema delante de los otros y acabar con él como una comunidad. Muchas gracias.
I need to say one more thing. I need to just say that behind every great commission and elected leaders are the people that are doing the work. And I have to say, working with the staff of these commissioners has been extraordinary, especially to your team, Commissioner Hardeman, who've worked night and day, and to my team. We have about 20 who have worked around the clock, past midnight, many days. This has been a labor of love across the departments. It has been truly an honor to work with all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You want to go briefly?
To all my colleagues, the chairman, Madam Mayor, this has been a good day, but it's just like baking a cake sometimes. You know, if you have 2 ingredients missing from a cake, the cake doesn't taste right. There's some things that we didn't include today. Some things we can't include. And I want specifically to actually, to the cameras, to its families and its communities. Listen, if you know somebody who's out there shooting, you got to tell us. You actually have to call and report it. We have a great police force, but the thousands of men and women that we have that are serving, it's nothing compared to the millions of sets of eyes that are actually seeing these things happen. You know what's happening. You saw it happen. You know what's going to happen. Understand that when you don't say anything, either someone who took a life isn't brought to justice, or someone actually loses their life. We can do that as a community. Fundamental to all of the programs that we have and the law enforcement that we can put in place is that we are a community and we have to actually love and care for each other. We have to be invested in each other. We have to do that. We can do that together. And the second thing, we cannot replace a parent. We can't replace a parent. We can have all the great programs in the world. We can have all the great mentors in the world. We can be the best, village in the world. There's no good substitute for a mama who's going to slap you on the back of your head and stop you from doing something stupid. From a parent who actually insists that you make something of yourself, that you go to school, that you cut this out. We're going to do our part. I appreciate Commissioner Hardeman. I appreciate the chairman, Commissioner McGee, all of my colleagues. We're going to do our part. Now we need you. We need you as communities, and we need you as families. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Hardeman?
Today was a good day. Today, this commission showed the community that we're serious about our efforts to make our communities a safer place to be. Today, we showed the foresight to commit ourselves to a decades-long investment within our neighborhoods that are suffering the most. Today, we resolved that there are going to be ways that we need to use tools that we have at our disposal to put an end to violence in our communities and provide a pathway to prosperity for the people that live there. Earlier today, a man much more handsome than me said, we want to take children from the cradle to their career. And the mayor's office has committed to showing our community all the resources that we have available to them from the moment that they're born to the day that they take their first job. That's the type of Miami-Dade County that we're going to be. The Miami-Dade County that provides all the resources that they have available to our community in a place where it's easily accessible and they can follow the plan and be a success within our communities. And so I'm proud to be a part of this great body and making it happen, because without all of us coming together, putting our minds together to create a plan that works, to put this puzzle in the pieces of puzzles that are going to make a full picture together, we wouldn't come to this conclusion. So much in the same way as we resolve to fund our police department to the tunes of $700 million, much in the same way as we give to building new housing and things of that nature within our communities and making Miami-Dade County a place for visitors to visit, we can make this a place for people to live, for them to grow, and for them to come back to our communities to serve and be productive citizens. I'm glad that I was a part of this vote. So thank you all very much for making that happen.
Thank you.
Commissioner McGee?
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and thank you to the chair and to the board. We, as a cavalry, were summoned when we heard the first shots that destroyed thousands of lives, whether individuals died or individuals were killed. We were summoned. And during that period of being summoned, the best of us came together: the community, the police, the commission, the mayor. All of us came to one final conclusion, that either we're going to challenge this together or find ourselves separated on an island of despair. And I thank Keon Hardeman for his foresight, his understanding, and his leadership for seeing us through. That he did flawlessly. Also thank the mayor for sticking by her position and understanding that at the core of issues may very well be found those tenets of poverty that continuously hold us back and hold us down. But also to thank our leader on the county commission, Commissioner Pepe Diaz, for his unrelentless approach to ensuring that the 13 county commissioners understood the severity, but also the call that we had to answer in order to ensure that Miami-Dade County remains the best county in all of this country. And to the police department, Ramirez, Director Ramirez, I want to thank you, sir. You never wavered nor vacillated. When the quagmire was deep, you stood strong and you challenged all of us to deliver on our better angels. And that I am very thankful to you. And to the mothers out there, and to the kids who are thinking about giving up, and to the community leaders who are tired, the cavalry has been summoned. The help that you sought for year in and year out is here. We shall overcome whatever issue there may be, but together we will overcome every issue there may be. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Freddie. Come on. He gets the last word.
Just briefly, I'd like to thank the mayor and the 13 commissioners that really got together and showed our youth and our community that we're together as one. I especially want to thank the men and women of law enforcement of the Miami-Dade Police Department who are out there each and every day serving, trying to keep this community safe, trying to make this a better place, and their families at home who are just as scared as all that are victims of gun violence, that they're worried that their loved ones will come home. And to all the victims out there, we're here for you. This is for you. We're going to stop this. We're going to save our children together as one. We're not here to single anybody out. This product is for everyone in this community. All of us together, we're going to solve the problem together, and that's what makes us special. Thank you.
All right. All right. Do we have any questions? Spanish. Oh, Freddie, can you say all that again?
Español.
I'll do it myself. You guys can go. Le quisiera dar las gracias a la alcaldesa, a los comisionadores, los commissioners, a la policía que están trabajando en la calle todos los días, tratando de mantener esta comunidad segura, y las familias de los oficiales que están en sus casas preocupados por sus esposos y esposas, hijos y hijas que están poniendo su vida adelante para proteger esta comunidad, para las víctimas. Le quiero decir que este programa es para ustedes. Nosotros estamos unidos, el condado, los oficiales, todos los jefes de policía. Estamos aquí para salvar a nuestros jóvenes, para salvar esta comunidad y trabajar juntos y ser un ejemplo para este país, que aquí se resuelve nuestros problemas juntos como una familia. Gracias.
Okay, very good. Any questions, preguntas?
Any questions? I guess we've done a good job. Let's go.
Oh, there's one.
Oh.
This is really for Freddie. Where's Freddie?
Freddie next week.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Sí, la agencia federal nos están ayudando, ellos están trabajando con nosotros. Yo tengo un meeting con el jefe del FBI y también de ATF. Ellos trabajan con nuestros investigadores, siempre estamos hablando. Ellos tienen todos sus recursos aquí para ayudar a nosotros. Los problemas que tenemos no es solamente pandillas, son diferentes problemas. Hay problemas en las redes sociales, hay problemas por la pandemia que se está abriendo la comunidad. Ha habido muchos jóvenes que han estado trancados en sus casas, están peleándose en las redes sociales. Hay negocios que están operando ilegalmente por la noche y que están trayendo un elemento que lo que pasa es lo que tú estás viendo, que empieza la violencia y mucha gente inocente están perdiendo su vida o están heridas. Eso porque nosotros juntos estamos con este programa para parar este proceso de violencia y traer seguridad a esta comunidad.
Anything else? Any other questions?
Obviously, this plan involves an expansion of vigilance, cameras, different things like that. Obviously, things are, necessary for what we're living in right now. But we're also, of course, living in a time where, people are concerned about their civil rights. So what is part of this plan that helps to ensure that people's civil rights are still maintained?
We're going to be sure that we follow all the necessary protections. This is not a a free-for-all. This is within the confines of the law. License plate readers identify stolen vehicles, for example. We're not talking about randomly stopping people. This is something that is going to be targeted and is going to be based on addressing directly the challenges that we have right now. You want to say more about that? We'll be vigilant, and we're going to get our independent civilian panel up and running too, and that's part of public accountability.
And the greatest civil rights, life. People actually want to feel safe.
Yes, people want to be safe.
¿Qué cree que cambió hoy con la aprobación del proyecto finalmente en beneficio de la comunidad? Dado que la semana pasada tuvo
Sí.
la negativa y no fue aprobado.
Sí, tienes razón. Tenemos la emergencia, la violencia, la pandemia de violencia, y estamos involucrados en esto. También estamos diciendo que tenemos que invertir en la prevención, y eso es muy importante, que han hablado juntos, que quieren no solamente asegurar ahora mismo la seguridad de la comunidad, pero pensar en el futuro y cómo podemos prevenir en el futuro. So we're all committed to making sure that there's no more bloodshed. We all know that that's the most important thing, is our safety. We also know that we have to plan ahead to prevent further violence in the future, and this body spoke in unity that they recognize we need to invest in prevention to have a safe future for all.
And another quick question, apologies if this was asked earlier. Where the license plate readers are, how will you determine where those will be?
Okay, so we don't publicize it necessarily, but we'll have the director address it.
They'll be strategically placed based on the trends that we have, also by information from the community. And remember, we're not here to peek into people's houses or invade privacy. These are open public space domain deployments. And remember, the victims, the moms, the dads that are left behind, this data will help us close the case. Because remember, the underlying issue here is people are afraid to come forward, and I understand that. So we have to leverage technology, because the bad actors are leveraging technology right now. They're real time in what they do. They're seeing it on social media, they're texting each other where their target is, and they're executing their plan and executing innocent people at the same time. So we have to leverage technology as well, and we will do it by the Constitution. We're not here to look into anybody's homes. We want to solve these crimes. We want to put these bad actors in jail so our youth, innocent people aren't being killed. And that's what we have to do. Sí, estos LPR se van a poner en las áreas donde tienen los problemas. Nosotros no estamos interesados en mirar dentro de tu casa o lugares privados. Estos son áreas que para el público y para las familias de las víctimas. Ellos necesitan justicia, y esta tecnología ayuda a nosotros a cerrar estos casos. Estos criminales están usando tecnología, están haciendo el crimen rápido. Nosotros necesitamos ayuda de tecnología también, porque ellos están usando las redes sociales, los teléfonos, y actuando de una manera violenta y matando gente inocente. So, tenemos que usar todos los recursos que tenemos por la ley para parar este problema.
Okay, we're going to finish up, and people are available for interviews if needed. Thank you.
That's good. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Madam Mayor.